Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got time today. Oh, I got time. I got time today. I got time today. I got time. All right, so I'm back again. I'm back again, bruh. Cause so you see the name on there, the anti-African. He is. You see the name. I don't care. I got time today. Because baby, bruh, nah. So I'm on Facebook, right? And there was a brother who I have a lot of respect for. I'm not gonna put his name out there, okay? So a brother had put up a post about an individual over there going to Ghana, and he's networking, he's building, right? You know what I'm saying? He's starting a movie industry out there in Ghana. Okay, so that's cool. All right. So lately a lot of African Americans been going over there to Africa a lot. They've been going over there to Nigeria. They've been going over there to Ghana. They've been going over there to they've been going to different places. Okay. So they really, you know what I'm saying? But anyhow, here come Raborn with the questions like, well, what is it? How is that benefiting black people here in America? All right, if the man is answering your question, right? So I'm reading the post. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even trying to look at Raborn's comment, whatever. But I'm reading the post and I'm like, here this dude. Here is this dude. Dude, shout, he just answered your question, bruh. But anyways, so I say this dude here, and he tagged my name. All right, I got evidence. He tagged my name, so okay, let go for it. Shall I let go for it? Let's go for it. Let me read the comments. Okay, so the brother put Tad Raborn's name in there. He said the serial entrepreneur Nana Darabo, known as Chief Nana, an African American brother, is building a $350 million film production studio in Ghana. It's the first of its kind. Okay, so Pan Africanism, Pan investment. So that's the hashtag that he used. Okay, cool, whatever. So the dialogue is pretty long, but this is what I don't like. Okay, so instead of Raborn trying to see that, because he's basically asking, well, where is Pan Africanism doing, etc., whoopty whoopty whoop. So he talking about, well, he talking about some, I'll be impressed when you doing shit like this, and he put up articles from Newark, New Jersey, right? Okay, and and then he was saying that that's only 1 million build home first, period. Okay. So what he failed to understand is that nobody's saying that Pan-Africanism is it always means just go to Africa and build over there in Africa. That's the part he failed to get. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's saying, hey, you got to go to Africa and just build over there. What he's saying, well, basically, the whole purpose of Pan-Africanism is to bring network. Anybody that's smart enough and wise enough know that that's the main purpose, is to build a network. So you're saying to us that we're not supposed to have business? And again, that's an individual. An individual investing $350 million because he chose to do that. He wanted to go over there to Ghana and invest his money over there. Just like just like Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey wanted to go over there to South Africa and invest her money over there. That's what she wanted to do. Okay? Now, you don't have any proof that there's nobody from the African continent that is not trying to build a network with black people over here in America. You don't have no damn proof. You have no proof of showing that shit. You don't. Okay? That's one. All right? And I'm going to get to the other half. I'm going to get to the nitty gritty where me and him got into the argument. Okay? On Clubhouse. I'm going to get to that part. But he don't have no proof showing that there's not one single African over here trying to invest in what black people doing here in America. He doesn't have any proof. And there's a lot that's going on in those African countries right now, which is why many of them can't come over here and invest like you think they should. Many of them can't just put $400 million here. Okay. You got corrupted leaders in those countries. So with corrupted leaders in those countries, right, they make it hard for the people, the citizens over there, to actually do what they really want to do. Okay. So if you guys been following through the crisis that is going on over there in Ghana, over there in Nigeria, it's so many crises that's going on to where can't nobody just pack up and say, okay, well, we're going to come over here to America and we're going to invest all our money over here. It's not that easy. So I'm quite sure it was not easy for that brother to go over there to Africa and to make that investment in Ghana. All right. So the most that these African countries did was to really open up the doors for us black people, for black people in America to repatriate over there. When I say repatriate, that means to move over there and start business. At least that's what they did. Because if they wanted to, they didn't have to open up the doors. They could have just closed the doors on us and said, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome here. You can't come over here to do business. You can't come over here to do this. You can't come over here to do that. Wooty wooty woo. You know what I'm saying? But they open up their doors. You know what I'm saying? If we went in, there would be black people that wouldn't be able to get dual citizenship. Okay? There'll be black people who would not be able to get dual citizenship. You got people who got dual citizenship, and there's some people that I know personally, okay, that has dual citizenship in, you know, the countries in Africa and here in America. All right? Those are people that I know personally. All right? But then I'm going to explain why I'm using this title. Why I explained it before, but I'm going to do it again because I'm kind of hot right now. As you can see, I'm kind of hot. I'm kind of hot right now. I'm hot, and I'm fed up to here. I'm fed up to here because, bro, I'm fed up. I'm fed up to here. I'm hot right now. I'm on 1,000 right now. I'm on 1,000. I'm on 1,000 right now. But anyways, let's get back to the point. All right. So, yeah, what we have to understand is people, first of all, we don't understand the culture. All right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us trying to study the culture, and it's a lot more to it that we don't understand. We don't understand how their political system runs over there. All right. So what he's starting to do is sound like Yvette Carnell. You know what I mean? He on that ADOS shit. Now, if you want to be an ADOS, that's your damn business, bro. If that's what you own, that's your business. Because it seemed like to me you've been that way for a while. And to sit up here and try to accuse people of making religion out of Pan-Africanism, that is not true. That is not true at all. You know what I'm saying? That's just like you wouldn't like if somebody say that that nation of gods and earth is a religion. You'll be all up in your feelings. And I have heard you get up in your feelings when people say anything in such a manner. You know what I'm saying? So to sit up here and try to accuse people of making Pan-Africanism out of religion instead of understanding that people admire the ideology. And this is one of the reasons why I admire the ideology, because it's more logical. If you want to be technical, out of all the schools of thoughts, out of all the political ideology, Pan-Africanism is more logical. Because what we see here when we study about our history as African Americans, we'll see that our descendancy go back to Central West Africa. So if our descendancy go back to Central West Africa, right? Our descendancy go back to Central West Africa. Okay. And we carry a lot of African culture. He knows that. Of course, that's his channel. It's on Each One Teach One if y'all look at the channel. We'll see a lot of connection that we have with those in the African continent. We have a lot more in common than what we think. And we also have a lot more common with people from the Caribbean and Latin America. All right. So, so it makes sense. It makes sense to just say, okay, well, we can use Pan Africanism to be able to build a network bridge because we see a lot of common ancestry going on here. We see that a lot of our ancestors came here to America. You know what I'm saying? We see that. So we see the commonality. So why not use Pan-Africanism? And to say Pan-Africanism is outdated is like saying that Black history is outdated. It's like saying African history is outdated. It's like saying African lineage is outdated. You know what I'm saying? Don't discourage people from building a network. And he has shown and proved by him saying that, well, I'm banging on Pan-Africanism because people talking this Capitalism and things like that. So if you gonna bang on Capitalism. But why just bang on Pan-Africanism? You wouldn't bang on the nation of God's and earth. Why disrespect those who identify with Pan-Africanism? Why disrespect those who understand the ideology better than you do? Who gets it better than you do? Why disrespect those? Why? Why go around shitting on those individuals? Because now you showing your true color. Asiated Black man, you showing your true color. You showing your true color by saying that all along, basically, this shit don't matter to you. The African American history don't matter to you. African history don't matter to you. You just basically using it as a way to bang on other individuals, to bang on the Hebrew Israelites, to bang on those who study Capitalism, to bang on the indigenous people, to bang on anybody that oppose themselves or that's against themselves being African descended. You have used that shit, bruh. So yes, that's why I said you were anti-African. You been that way. You know what I'm saying? And technically speaking, you identify as an Asiatic Black man. You don't want no ties to being African. And we can already see that. You ain't got to say it. So yeah, you might have did video for 12 years or 10 years or whatever. But over a period of time, it has shown based on what you said. And I can show and prove. If y'all go back to that video that he did with Sinetta, I had a lot of respect for Raborn. I really did. I had a lot of respect for what he did. But when I seen how he came off at that one particular brother from Liberia, okay? And Liberia history goes back to what? The African Americans, liberated Africans, okay? And the indigenous African, right? Even the flag is an inspiration from African Americans. But I heard you, and you can't say you did not say this. I heard you on Sinetta. You, Reggie, Brother Unc, y'all then y'all blatantly disrespected this brother by calling him a super African because y'all did not like what he said about Kimmy. Y'all did not like what he said about, y'all ain't like what he said about Kimmy. Because he was mentioning about the pyramids. And not only the pyramids, but he also talked about that the people over there in Kemet was black and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And because instead of y'all having a disagreement with the brother respectfully, while you talking about somebody disrespecting you, you know what I'm saying? By you not showing respect to that brother, what you did to show your true colors right then and there to let me know that damn, this is how you been all this time. You call this brother super African. I'm like, well, damn, how much more African can't you get? You can't get no more African than what you are. You can't get no more African than what the fuck you are. If you study the history about African people over there, they are admixture too. Some of them have other tribal mix. Some of them have ancestry that come from East Africa. North Africa, some of them have that shit. Okay? So, and then some of them have some, maybe some European ancestry in them because of colonialism. So how much more African can you get? And if you really want to get technical, the foundation of humanity, according to science, came up out of Africa, not Asia. I'm sorry to bust your bubble. They didn't come up out of Asia. I'm sorry. They came up out of Africa, according to science. If we're talking about from a genetic standpoint, I mean, not genetic, from a Homo sapiens standpoint, right? From a Homo sapiens standpoint, those people came up out of Africa. Came up out of what is called the eastern part of Africa, what is known today as Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia, that region, okay? So, again, how much more African can't you get? How much more African can't you get? All right? But over the period of time, you had what is called genetic mutation taking place, right? When Homo sapiens started leaving out of Africa and going to different parts of the world. But you wouldn't know that because you don't believe in evolution. Oh, you don't think I be listening. You don't believe in evolution. You believe in the creationist theory. Yeah, I ain't forgot. You don't believe in evolution at all. You don't agree with that. I ain't forgot, brother. I ain't forgot. Okay? I be paying attention. See, when you think I ain't listening, I'm listening. When you think I ain't watching, I'm watching. I'm watching. Okay? I'm watching. But anyways, yes. So out of Africa theory and the Homo sapiens sapien, right? The Homo sapiens, over a period of time, they dispersed out of the continent of Africa, went elsewhere. And now let's not forget, during the time of the Homo sapiens, you also had the Neanderthals. The Neanderthal people, right? We carry Neanderthal genetics. So if you take ancestry, which you probably didn't, but I would encourage you to do so. If you take an ancestry test, you will see that you carry some Neanderthal genes. You probably carry less than 0.1%. You might carry less than 0.1%. But you carry some Neanderthal genes. Why? Because you had Homo sapiens that have Neanderthal genes. But the whole point is we all are at mischief. Okay? I mean, it's shown and proved. All right? But anyways, I'm gonna get to the nitty gritty part of this shit. I am. I'm gonna get to the nitty gritty part of this shit. I am. Because I'm fed up with the intellectual masturbation. Like, you playing around with this shit, bro. And you did this shit on the brother's post. Okay? You did that shit on the brother's post. All right? So, now let's get down to the conversation that I had with him. Because I'm not going to read everything that he put on the brother's post. And I'm not going to read everything that we wrote. But I'm going to read what I put down. And I'm going to read his response. So I put this dude here. So yeah, this dude here, he tripping. This dude is tripping. I said this, and he said, this dude what? He said, you have a problem with building home first? First of all, that's not even a question, dude. Nobody said we have a problem with that. See, this is how I know that you, anyways, you have a problem with me saying if someone is investing in Africa, that income is not tied to building the diaspora is useless. Nobody said that. But if you got a problem with people networking with those in Africa, then you need to question yourself. So then that's just like, if you have a problem with that, then you should have a problem with people going over there to Europe, right? going into Europe. See, this is oh boy. See, this is how you get them. You got a problem with people going over there to Africa, right? But you don't have no problem with black folks going over there to Europe and doing business over there in Europe, right? And don't tell me black folks don't do business over there in European countries, because they do. Especially when it comes to the modeling agency, the modeling business. You can't tell me that black folks don't go over there to France to get their modeling business going. You don't have a problem with that, but you have a problem with people doing business over there in Africa. Make it make sense. Y'all don't bat an eye. Y'all don't even say a word when black folks do business over there in Europe. And Europe, the Europeans country, they have made so much lucrative income off of the continent of Africa. They have made so much income off the continent of Africa. We talking about Portugal. We talking about Spain. We talking about England, especially. We talking about France. These countries have made so much money off the continent of Africa. But y'all don't have a problem with black folks going over there and doing some type of investment or doing business over there in those European countries. But you have a problem with black folks going over there to Africa, making an investment over there. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Now tell me, if that's not anti-African, then I don't know what the fuck you call it. If that's not anti-African mentality, then I don't know what the fuck you call it. I don't know what the fuck you call it. Y'all ain't got no problem with black folks going over there to the Europeans and Asian countries, right? To do any type of investment or do any type of business, but you got a problem with black people going over there to Africa doing business? You got a problem with black people going over there to Africa doing business? Please make it make sense. And another thing, ooh, don't you talk to me about how they treat black folks over here in America. Ooh, do not talk to me about that. We do not talk to me about that, because it's so much shit it's so much dirty shit that we do to each other here in America. As much dirty shit we do to each other. Don't talk to me about how they be goddamn scamming folks, how they be cunning folks. Cause baby, they do it here, especially in the conscious community. They do a whole lot of damn scamming, especially in New York. Oh, did I go there? Oh, yes, I did. Don't talk to me about no scamming. Don't talk to me about how they scam that shit out of people, because I'm quite sure they ain't the only ones. And I'm not defending their behavior, saying that is right for them to do it or it's logical for them to do it. But don't talk to me about the fact that these people will scam you when we do it, when our folks do it here in America. 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 Oh, you won't talk about that, right? You hanging with Sinetta and them, but you won't talk about the scamming that's going on. Woo! Woo! Don't you talk to me about no scamming until you address the scamming here in America. And all the shit that motherfuckers do here, even the ones that's supposed to be the gatekeepers, they do a whole lot of scamming here. You know what? Shout out to Brother Greg. Brother Greg is right. Scamming is white collar crime we do the most. And you telling me there ain't no scamming here in America, man? What you trying to think that the black folks here is such angels too? And then some girl came on there on Clubhouse talking about I'm being xenophobia. Bitch. Whew. Bitch. Bitch, I know you ain't talking about xenophobia. How in the fuck I'm gonna be xenophobia towards my own people? How? How in the fuck am I gonna be xenophobic? for telling the goddamn truth. That's what we do. So, man, listen. Ooh, child, listen. Oh my goodness. I'm on one today. I'm on 1,000 today. I'm fed over this shit, y'all. I'm fed over the bullshit. I haven't even got down to the nitty gritty part of this shit yet. But since you want to know why I call you anti-African, I couldn't explain everything because the moment when I opened my mouth, you was cutting me the fuck off. You cut me the fuck off the whole time. And then when I finally got a chance to speak, then that's when you got quiet. But in the beginning, you cut me off. You kept talking over me. I'm like, damn, can I even say something, bro? I mean, that must be some New York shit. I don't know. That's part of some shit that y'all niggas do in New York. That you know what? And I don't want to be disrespectful to the nation of God's and earth. I really don't, because I know I'm good friends with brothers and sisters that are in the nation of God of earth. I am good friends with some brothers and sisters, and I don't want to disrespect them. But let's keep it real. This is from the people themselves that was in the nation. You niggas that go around here talking about God, I'm God this, I'm God that. I'm God this, I'm God that, I'm God this, I'm God that. Y'all have a reputation of being disrespectful towards y'all women. See, y'all are very misogynist towards y'all women. And y'all think we don't know that shit. This comes from the people that's in the nation of God's earth that has told me this out their own mouth. That there are men that go around professing they gods but disrespect their own women. Talk to their women like shit. So again, I don't know if that's some New York shit, but baby, you not finna cut me off. You not finna talk over me and think that I'm gonna let you talk to me any kind of way. No, fuck that shit. Cause I'm gonna say what I have to say. So yeah, I yell at you. And I'm not saying that African people don't do it. I'm not saying African people don't do that shit. I'm not saying that. I never said that African. Hold on, true story. So I don't know if that's a sarcastic comment, but I'm going to address your comment, okay? I ain't say that African people don't do it. Okay? I'm not saying African people is perfect. Nowhere did I state that. But what I'm saying is, because I'm addressing Raborn, because there are some African brothers and sisters that do that shit. There are some African brothers and sisters that do that shit. Okay? But I'm not going to, but listen. Hey, brother Ngozi, thank you for coming through. I'm sorry, I'm on one right now, so y'all forgive me. I'm not trying to disrespect y'all, but you know, when Raborn tried to talk over me as I was talking, I'm like, bro, you gonna ask a question? Let me answer the question, bro. You not gonna talk over me? No. Like I said, I don't know if that's some New York shit, but no. You not gonna do that to me. This down south girl ain't gonna let you talk over me. No. You not gonna talk over me. No, you're not gonna talk over me. Let me talk. Let me answer your question. You know what I'm saying? And then he said that I'm acting like a savage. Yeah, I'm acting like a savage when you think that you gonna when you think you gonna talk to me any kind of way. I mean yeah, I'm gonna act like a savage. And then you try to take over the brother's clubhouse. You try to take over his clubhouse. Tell myself, are you gonna get rid of this girl? Are you gonna get her? Are you gonna put her down at the bottom? Are you gonna put her down in the queue or something? Are you gonna get rid of her? Like, nigga, you don't run that man's clubhouse. Who the fuck you think you is, bro? Who the fuck you think you is? You don't run that man's clubhouse. You don't run that man's room. Tell me something, bro. Are you gonna put her down because she acting like a real seven? What the fuck wrong with her? First of all, why the fuck you think you gonna talk to that man any kind of way, nigga? Like, you talking to this man any kind of way, telling him, yo, bro, what the fuck you gonna do, man? You just gonna stand there and let her do this, that, and the other. You need to put her down in the queue. You need to drop her down. You need to drop her down, man. You know what I'm saying? She acting like a savage right by now. She won't let me talk this, that, and the other. Nigga, why you trying to run something? Why you trying to run that man? Why you trying to tell that man what to do? And I was trying to let you answer the question. I kept saying, go ahead. But you kept talking a whole bunch of shit. You talking some irrelevant ass shit. And I'm like, go ahead, motherfucker. Yeah, so I cussed at you. I'm like, go ahead. And then another thing I want to address, he started saying, oh, by you being a woman, the reason why I don't respond back, because first of all, you're a woman. Let me tell you something. Even whether I'm a woman or not, if we're going to have this conversation, right? So my gender don't have anything to do with this shit. So I don't know why the fuck you brought my gender up. I don't know why you brought up my gender of being a woman. He's like, I'm not going to address you. I'm not going to come back to you because you a woman. This, that, and other. Okay, my gender don't have anything to do with this. My gender don't have anything to do with the conversation. My gender don't have anything to do with the conversation at all, period. So I don't even know why he felt the need to bring my gender up. Because that, to me, that was kind of misogynist. I don't know why you brought my gender up. But yeah, I feel like this. You know, all this time, yeah, you were teaching good information. Y'all still teach great information, true story, if you still there. Okay? Now, if you want to come on here and say something, true story, I'll put the link in there for you. As a matter of fact, I'll put the link after I get done saying what I gotta say. True story, you just sarcastic, but it's okay though. True story, you sarcastic, but I'm just gonna let you slide. You sarcastic. You sarcastic. It's okay. It's okay. He being sarcastic, y'all, but that's good. It's all good though. He being so sarcastic, but it's all good. It's okay. It's cool. It's cool though. Nah, cause you being sarcastic, you putting them comments down there cause you being sarcastic. You be making them sarcastic comments. But it's okay. It's all good. You good though. It's all good. It's all Gucci. It's okay. It's okay. I ain't tripping. I ain't got nothing against you though. You good. You cool. I ain't got no problem with you. I ain't got no problem with you. But I said you good, true story. I ain't got no problem with you. I ain't got no problem with you. You good. You cool. You all right. You straight. You good. But the point is, don't sit up here and talk about black businesses right here in America, what black people doing here in America, if you ain't really been promoting it. If you ain't really been promoting it like that as a way to say, hey, I support black people here in America. I support what black people do here in America, and let's start supporting black business. If you ain't here to promote that shit, if you ain't been doing that, don't use it as a way to combat against what you don't agree with, which is Pan-Africanism. Because then now I'm starting to look at you and say, okay, you're an intellectual masturbator. You are an intellectual masturbator because you're masturbating the knowledge now. You're using it as a way to combat. You're using that information to combat Pan-Africanism like you did with you using that information to combat against Pan-Africanism like you did with African history and African American history to combat against the Hebrew Israelites, the Moors, the indigenous folks, and all these other groups out here, the Kemetic people, etc. That's where I had an issue at. You know what I'm saying? But let me just go ahead with the question, the comments on here. Damn. So he said, I don't care what you think. Address what I just posted. Baby. Woo. All right. He said, and I said, no, I have a problem. I say no, I don't have a problem building home first, but you seem to have a problem with people networking from a global scale. And he does. He has a problem with people networking from a global scale. Otherwise, you would not be shitting on Pan Africanism the way you're doing. I mean, come on. You will see that, okay, I see what people are trying to do. I see that there are those who try to network by using Pan Africanism. Now, let me say this. Let me say this. There are people who make cults out of things. Okay. There are people who are doing things in a cultish manner. But those who are doing things in a cultish manner are only doing it because they want to make profit, because they want to benefit their pockets. They want to, be aggrandize their ego. That's what they want. That's what they want to do. It doesn't have anything. It doesn't have anything to do with Pan Africanism in itself. Okay, it just has something to do with that individual. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, there are those individuals who use the title Pan Africanism as a way to do mischievous things, as a way to take advantage of individuals, as a way to take advantage of people. But then there are those who are very sincere about Pan Africanism. But we're not in a place to actually go travel like we want to. We're not in a place where we can go and network with those like-minded people that we want to network with, okay? You know what I'm saying? But we got brothers and sisters that come from the continent that's here in America, and the best that we can do is talk to those individuals. You know what I mean? So in a way, I do agree that people have used the concept of Pan-Africanism as a way to support their egos and take advantage of people. Yes, there are those who do it, but there are those who are very sincere. But if you can learn how to separate the two, right? Separate the two instead of trying to put everybody in the same category, like, oh, y'all are so religious. Oh, hallelujah, y'all so religious. Y'all want to make a religion out of this. Oh. If you can learn how to separate the two, if you can learn how to separate the two and see what people are actually doing, and you can see that there are people who are actually sincere about this, it would be different if you call out the ones that just taking advantage of individuals by using the concept of Pan-Africanism. If you was doing that, then I could say, okay. Okay. Santavo, good one. That's a good one. Yes, that's a good one. That ADOS movement came up out of the school of Pan-Africanism, but you know what? That's a whole nother topic. But if you can make that separation and that distinction, and you can actually see that, all right, there is a certain group of people, there's a certain group of people over here that's actually very sincere about what they want to do, as opposed to these people over here that just want to fuck over people and screw over people and just capitalize, then it wouldn't be so much confusion. It wouldn't be so much problem. And also, I heard you, Raborn, say that you are a capitalist. That's very interesting. Oh, that says it all. That says it all for me right there. That says it all for me right there. You are a capitalist. You mentioned it in the clubhouse. You can't say you didn't say that. You said you was a capitalist. Mm. 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 Let me see what Brother Ngozi says. Shout out to Brother Ngozi. Africans built this country only to be a consistent number and consumer. Ngozi, you have hit the nail on the coffin with this one. But you a capitalist. But you don't see that we trying to fight, people goal is to fight against economic oppression. And you don't see that capitalism does bring economic oppression. You got people like him that say capitalism does benefit black folks. In what way? If we seen over the history how it had If we seen over the history how it has not benefited black people, then how can you say it's benefiting black people? It only benefits certain group of individuals, but as a collective scale, it has not, because otherwise we would have access to capital as a collective. We don't have access to capital. As a black, collectively speaking, and I agree. Okay, and I agree. Garvey was a capitalist. I agree. I agree. I'm not taking that away. Elijah Muhammad was a capitalist. So by default, okay, let me just say this. By default, you are a capitalist. By default, because we live under a capitalistic system. And you have no choice but to play the capital game. You right, Ngozi is right. In America, you have no choice but to be a capitalist. This country is based on unfair business. It's evil, but we are that by default. No other system can work in a society based on a number game. You woo. Ngozi, this is why I love you. See, this is why I love him. This is why I love my brother. He took the words out of my mouth and he conveyed a good point. He took the words out of my mouth. He took it out of my mouth. You have no choice but to be a capitalist. It's not like, oh, well, I could be a socialist or I could be a communist. No, you have no choice. And let me tell you a secret. Even those countries that are communists and socialists, they still operate under global capitalism. You understand? So it's like you have no choice. It's not something that you want to be. It's you are there by default because of the type of system that we living in. So we have to play the game. You know, if you want to survive, you gotta play the game. It's like playing the game of chess. You got pieces on the board. You got pieces on the board. How you gonna move your pieces? You gotta be able to learn how to move your pieces around. You gotta know how to move the queen, the rook, the knight, and the bishop, and the pawn. All right, and the king. But the king can only move 9 spaces. But the queen is supposed to be the most powerful piece on the board. Then the rook is the second most powerful piece. Then the bishop, the knight, they like the third powerful piece. But the pawn is not as powerful. However, you gotta keep an eye on the pawn too, because that pawn can eventually earn that status as either a king, as a queen, or a rook, or a bishop, or a knight. It can earn that status. So yes, I know a little game of chess. I got some chess. I got a chess board right over here, but I know a little game of chess. But that's how life is. So it's like you playing their game. Go back and watch that sister. If y'all get a chance to watch this sister, her name is Kimberly Jones. Kimberly Jones said, "How can't you win?" That's the title of the video. How can't you win? And she brought up the game of Monopoly. If we understand the game, the purpose of the game of Monopoly is to understand how this system works. This system works as a monopoly. Like we are living in a real life monopoly. Okay? But just because we are capitalists by default does not mean that we actually, we want to be or we support it. Because no, we don't support it. Deep down, we don't want to be this because we've seen what it done to our people. Capitalism is the reason why slavery came into existence. Slavery wasn't about religion. Slavery wasn't about cultural practice. Slavery was about economics. And that economics here in what we call North America is capitalism. So how can't you say that I support capitalism when it's the same system that has oppressed your people? It's the reason why that you don't see many jobs in our community. It's the reason why that you see gentrification taking place, redlining. The inflation of housing. How can't you really support a system like that? How can't you really support a system that has put you in that situation? Because I mean, look at it. You got the ghettos, you got the suburbs, you got the rural towns, and majority of us is in the ghetto. True story says it's called racism. Yeah, it's called racism, but why did racism happen? It happens under the skies of the economic system that we live in. I mean, racism is global too. But we have to also look at racism plays a big factor when it comes to economics. Racism plays a big factor when it comes to economics. So what I'm saying is capitalism only benefit the individuals, but it don't benefit us collectively. And the reason why it does not benefit us collectively because we're not privileged. We do not have access to capital. So that's why you hear people talk about economic oppression. Okay? And that was many of our people who have tried to use the concept of socialism. And we see that socialism didn't work. Communism didn't work. I mean, it's idealism, but it's not pragmatic. Those things are not pragmatic. Because you can't bring the pragmatism in talking about socialism, communism. You can't bring that here in America. Did you see what happened to those in the 70s who were identified as communists? They was on the FBI watch list. The FBI had them on the watch list watching what they were doing. So it's like we see that we can't bring communism and socialism into practice. It's just idealistic, but we can't bring them into practice. But my point is, getting back to this, I feel like, if you're going to be sincere about giving the information to the people, I mean, do it because that's your sincerity. You care. But, over the years, and I've been watching y'all for a long time, true story, I've been keeping up. But I have seen over the years that Raborn done changed. And it slowly drift. And I'm like, oh, okay, now I see where he at. I see where he at. He's been this way all this time. He's been this way all this time. So his whole point is, basically, I don't really care about the information. I just care enough to use it because now I can combat against the other groups. And he just feel like, to him it's useless. And he ain't the only one. There's many others that feel like the information about African history or African American history is useless to them. But they feel like it's useful to go against those who are pseudo. Now, if there was no case of the people that are pseudo, do you think that he would use that information? Do you think people like him would use the information if it was not a case of dealing with those who are pseudo? I'm going to be honest with you, no, he wouldn't be using it. But because you come across so many people who come with a pseudo ideology, oh, this is the best time to combat against them. And that's why I see. So you can hate me if you want to. You can dislike me if you want to. You can say I'm crazy, psycho, whatever. I don't give a shit. But that's what I'm standing on. And that's what I see. And a lot of them are very anti-African on the low key. A lot of them are. But it's going to start coming to the light. You know? And it's funny when I hear him talk about identity crisis, but he seems to have the identity crisis himself. He done went from being Asiatic black man to African American to American. Well, damn, which one you gonna be? What the hell you gonna be? What, you Asiatic? You an Asiatic black man? You African? You African American? Or you American? What the hell you gonna be? And you're right. I don't know you like that. I don't know you personally, but I have followed what you doing on the channel, and we done had interaction. I done had conversation with you in the inboxes. Okay, well that's kudos. Okay, you know him personally. You know what? True story. Let me back off. Cause you know Raborn personally better than I do. Okay, I never met the man in person, and I probably would never will meet him in person. And if we was to meet in person, it probably wouldn't be a good look. He probably wouldn't even have no desire to come where I'm at and try to meet me in person. He probably wouldn't. So you know him. You know him better than I do. Okay. So if he spoke at the prison and school though, then kudos to him on that. Kudos. I give him that. Kudos. But I'm just looking at what I'm seeing. Okay? How about that? This is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm getting. When I heard how he came at that brother from Liberia, that's what I picked up. And when I seen how he was shitting on people who believe or identify with Pan-Africanism, that's what I picked up. When I seen how he was coming at folks that was dealing with African spirituality, that's why I picked up. I said, well, goddamn. I mean, I thought you was one of the realest ones. I was like, well, goddamn, I thought you were the realest one. I thought you, damn, you own that. I mean, I would rather for him to come out and say, well, you know, I love history, but I just rather be identified as an American. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Cool, whatever. But true story, since you say he did that, he spoke at prison and schools. I'm not mad at that. That's great. I respect that. Again, y'all know each other. Y'all around each other every day. I'm not around this man. All right? And like I said, this man probably won't even meet me in person. He probably don't want to meet me, which I don't give a shit. If he don't want to meet me, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. That's fine with me if he don't want to meet me in person. You know? So, but yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm standing on this, and this is how I feel, and this is how I see it. And I'm seeing a lot of that shit going on. I mean, you know, true story is defending his friend. He defended his friend Raborn, which he has every right to. He has a right to defend him, okay? He has every right to defend Brother Greg. True story is defending his friend. He defended Raborn. He has a right to. That's how he feels. He gonna stand on his position to defend him, whatever. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at that. Do your thing. You stand on your defense. You stand on your defense, true story. I ain't mad at you for defending this man. But he defended him. I mean, hey, you know, I'm not mad at that. You know, he feels some kind of way. He feels some kind of way because I made this video about Raborn. He's seen the title. So that's why he's here. Because he's seen that I'm coming at, you know, I'm saying what I'm saying about Raborn, and you know, he don't like that. And that's okay. He doesn't like that when I'm saying about him. He may feel like I'm slandering him. And he has the right to feel that way. Capitalism did make it very possible with slavery. It did. I mean, that's cool. If he's your boy, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But Shada ain't gonna come at me strong. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I understand that's your boy and all, but you ain't gonna come at me strong, bro. You ain't gonna come at me strong. That's that New York shit. You know what I'm saying? That's that shit they do in New York. And I get that. But Shada, don't come at me strong. Because if you come at me strong, I'm gonna come at you stronger. I'm gonna come at you 3 times harder. That's what the fuck I'm going to do. You know, you're not gonna shut me up. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna shut me up. I mean, you are defending for him, and you have the right to. You have the right to stand up on your defense for your homeboy. I'm not stopping you, true story. You have a right to defend him. You have the right to defend him if that's your people. You know, if you feel like I'm slandering him, it's a matter of fact, if you want to come on here and state your piece, I don't have no problem. You can state your piece, bruh. I have no problem with that. I have no problem. I don't. That's your homie. You got a right to defend him. You know? But he ain't gonna talk to me like I'm a little bitch. That's not what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I was in the clubhouse and I was trying to have a dialogue, but you're not gonna cut me off. If you gonna ask me a question, let me answer your question, but don't you cut me off, because you gonna get that work. You gonna get that work. I'm not a little bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them women in the nation of gods of earth that you can talk to any kind of way. I'm sorry. I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm not that bitch. And I'm gonna say that. So I'm not that bitch. I'm not the bitch that you think you gonna talk to any kind of way. So yes, I'm gonna act like a real savage. I'm gonna act like a real motherfucking savage. Cause you not gonna tell me to shut up, and or you're not gonna tell me that I gotta be quiet and this thing. You're not gonna do that. No, the fuck you ain't. You know what I'm saying? And you can't run somebody else's room because you want to say something. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to let him speak, and when I tried to let him speak, he was cutting me off. He was saying a whole bunch of other shit that had nothing to do with what the fuck he was saying. Like, bro, say what you need to say. I'm listening. I would tell him, I'm listening. Just say what the hell you gotta say. And he kept going on. I'm like, dude, just say what the fuck you need to say. You ain't gotta cuss at me like that. Well, you ain't gonna yell at me. Man, fuck you. You ain't gonna yell at me. You not gonna yell at me, bruh. So if you don't want me cussing at you, don't yell at me. When you yell at me, yeah, I'm gonna cuss at you. Period. And I don't give a fuck if he don't want to deal with me. I don't give a fuck if he have no intention, don't want to be bothering me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if he make a video and say something about me. I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't give a fuck if each one teach one, give a response video about this. I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't give a fuck. That's on everything. That's on East Side. That's on Zone 6 of Atlanta. I don't give a fuck. So if y'all want to go back and y'all want to do y'all little chit chat, whatever, cool. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And I'm not doing it just for views. This is how I express myself. How you see me here is how I can be in real life. I don't give a fuck. I don't. I don't give a fuck. Bruh, I mean, boy, Boy, I meant that shit. Talking about somebody acting like a savage. You can't talk about nobody acting like a savage, child. I done seen you act like a savage several times. I done seen you act like a savage. I done heard you acting like a savage. So you can't talk about nobody being acting like a savage. And then you got nerve to call somebody religious. How you gonna call somebody religious when you ain't you more religious than anybody else? How you gonna call somebody religious? Like the nation gods of earth is not based on religion, concept, ideology. Like what the fuck? If we go back and study the history about the nation gods of earth and where they come from, right? Okay, cut it. Okay, cut the shenanigan out. Cut the shenanigan out. And majority of the people in the nation gods of earth, by the way, are very anti-African. Majority of them, not all of them, but a vast majority of them are very anti-African. Say the word African to them. Say, hey, we are African. They will shut you down real easy. They not into that African stuff. They Asiatic. I'm telling you for what I know, because I done been to the parliaments. Okay? But anyways, I can hear him right now. Shorty not gonna come to me like that. You know what I'm saying? See, Shorty ain't gonna come at me like that. I'm much older than Shorty, this, that, and other. Nigga, I'm 33 years old. You couldn't be that much older than me. You know, I'm much older than you, Shorty. I know this, that, and other. I don't give a fuck. You know, oh boy. Shorty, I'm this day and other. I'm a street nigga this day and other. I can hear him saying that right now. I can hear him saying, I'm a street nigga this day and other. I'm from the streets. I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm from New York this day and other. You know, I came up out the streets, man. I can hear him saying some shit like that too. I can hear him saying some shit like that. Like, bro, that would not faze me. Okay, you from New York. We got plenty New Yorkers out here where I'm at. Man, come on, bro. Like, bro, think he was gonna try to bully me on Clubhouse, bro? No, you not, no, bro, no. I'm not that female. I'm not that bitch. I'm not that bitch. I'm not that bitch that you gonna try to shut up. You not gonna do that. And then you gonna try to tell that brother to put me down the queue. You gonna try to tell, man, what you gonna do about this? You know you gonna let this go on like this, man? What the fuck you gonna do? You need to shut up. How you gonna talk to that man like that, bro? You gonna talk to that man like he less of a man? To my bro, like, what you gonna do about that, man? You gonna let her keep disrespecting me like this, that, other? You need to get her off this queue. You need to put her down. You need to get her off the queue. Get her off the queue. Like you running something, nigga. Like you really running something, bro. Man, cut that lame shit out, bro. Cut that lame shit out. You ain't running shit, nigga. Anyways, if anybody want to come on here and chime in and say something, there's a link in the chat. That's the link in the chat. If anybody want to come on here and say something, regardless of the subject, if y'all want to say something, there's a link in the chat. If anybody. If anybody want to come on here. Like I said, if y'all want to still support their channel, you go ahead and support their channel. You know what I'm saying? Support what they do. If you want to go ahead and listen to each one, teach one, as I mentioned the other day. Listen to each one, teach one. If that's what you want to do, they got great information. I would never tell y'all not to go and listen to those brothers over there. I would never tell y'all not to do that. I would never tell y'all, oh, don't listen to them brothers, man. Don't deal with each one, teach one. That wouldn't be right of me to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's your choice. If y'all still rock with them, cool. I ain't mad at y'all. Do y'all thing. Rock with them niggas. If that's what you rocking with them. Just like if y'all rocking with pseudo killers, rock with them niggas. If y'all rocking with Team Osiris, rock with them niggas. I ain't mad at y'all. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all thing, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all feel like the information they giving is great and valuable, by all means. Because they do put out great information. And I'm not even going to lie about that. I'm not even going to cap. They do put out great information. They do. So I'm just waiting to see if anybody want to come in and chime in, want to say something, or whatever. If y'all want to say something, go ahead. Yeah. But I feel like he full of shit. I'm sorry. I feel like he full of shit. Just like how I feel about the rest of them. You know. So anybody else? Let me see if I can read some comments on my mobile device. Okay. Okay, so Ngozi put, hold on. Let me see something. Oh, Cujo Black American is low key just anti black subconsciously. And he is right. And okay, before I put you on here, Lionel, but Ngozi is right. He's right. I have to agree with him. He's right. Yeah, Black American is low tide, just anti-black subconsciously. He is correct. He is. All right, let me go ahead and put a brother on here real quick. What's going on? What's up?
Oh, I'm just chilling.
Okay.
Saw you on here. Um, just want to hang out for a second.
Okay. What's up?
Um, I think that the ADOS movement or any you know or any other movement that comes after this, right? It just stems from the African American sense of belonging because we honestly, over the last 400 years of slavery and colonialism, we're trying to find an identity. If you look at the New York intellectual scene, it's all about identity. The Asiatic black man, Hebrew Israelites, etc. It all stems from that the African American trying to look for a sense of identity, and that's where it stems from.
Okay. Okay. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is how many more identity crises you gonna have? You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I agree with you coming from, but then also look at this. After the ADOS, you got the FBA. Okay, how many more movements, how many more identity labels is going to take place afterwards? You know what I'm saying? It's because see what I'm looking at is it's like you trying to get away from your ancestral lineage. You trying to like denounce that part of you. You know what I'm saying? You trying to denounce that, but you can't. You can't denounce that part of you. You can't denounce that. I mean, that is just part of your bloodline. So whether they did what they did, okay, what happened during that time period, it happened. Okay. It happened. You know, our folks done did what they did, you know, play their part, whatever the case may be. It happened. All right. We don't like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like to hear about that, but that's just what it is. I mean, because it's gonna always be that good, bad, and ugly amongst humanity. You know? So I get that you trying to find your place, but when you're trying to erase that part of you out, which makes up most of part of your genetic, which makes up most of your history, then that's a problem. Then that means you're in a state of denial. You cannot be in a state of denial. It is what it is. It's nothing you can do about that.
I
It's
mean, the,
Go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. Here's the thing about the African American, though, or even not even the African American, but just the Africans who are from the Americas. It depends on like another thing too. How strong was the colonial chokeholds that they had on, the other Africans that they had? Like, you have Africans who are in France right now, right? Who really do think they're French. I mean, they're French culturally, but we have to also, study the colonial chokehold too, because that'll also tell you, like, about another people's identity. So I mean, it's a serious, serious problem that as Africans in the Americas have to grapple with. Even W.B. Du Bois talks about it, the whole double consciousness dynamic.
Right, exactly.
So I mean, it's our biggest problems is the sense of identity that we're trying to find.
And again, I totally agree with you. I do. But it's like the way you can really find your identity is through your ancestry. You know what I'm saying? You'll really find that you'll be like, oh, okay, now I see where it is. Now, yes, we do. We are what I would like to call neo-African. I like to use that term. We have been creolized, you know what I'm saying, because of the fact that we not only carry a large percent of African ancestry, but we also carry some European ancestry. But not only the European ancestry, but also we carry some Native American ancestry as well. You know what I'm saying? Those us that do. So, you know, we have been creolized. You know what I mean? And then, we come from multiple ethnic groups from the continent. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're not just one particular ethnic group. And that's another thing that drives me nuts. They say, well, what part of Africa we from? Well, did you study the history? If you study history, you wouldn't be asking, well, what part of Africa we from? Well, what part? What part? It's 54 country in Africa. Duh, no shit. We know that. No shit. If you study Central West Africa and you study that origin, you will see that's where our ancestry is at. Okay. And you will see that there was multiple tribes that were combining together and that were brought here against their own will, against their own force, you know what I'm saying? I mean, against their own rights into this country, you know what I mean? So even those tribes, they could not even practice the concept of tribalism as we know it. They had to join forces with other tribes and operate under one umbrella and create their own, cultural practice. You know what I'm saying? They had to take their African tradition and syncretize it into the American culture. All right. So this is why you got something like hoodoo. You know what I mean? Because that come from the synchronization of African tradition and that blend in with American culture. This is why you got soul food. You know what I mean? This is why
Mm.
I mean, just to give those examples out, you know what I mean? So, but the question is, how much more identity crisis you gonna go through? How much more?
I mean,
How long it's gonna take before you actually get it there? Well, dang, I can't get this out of me. It is what it is.
I mean, well, the one thing that you have to understand about African Americans, in my opinion, well, African people, period, is that it'll be a waste of time trying to get every single so-called African on board. It just won't work. You'll go crazy trying to do
I
that.
mean, you can't get everybody, and that's what I was explaining in the video. You can't get everybody on board. That's not the goal. I can't say, okay, every single person, let's let's be under one accord. Let's unite. I can't get that, and that's one thing Raborn has to understand. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was trying to get everybody on one accord. You know what I'm saying? You can't get everybody on one accord, but what you can do is network with those who want to network with you. That's what you can do. You can't get everybody to see eye to eye with you or be in the same exact arena because it's not going to happen. We understand humans' behavior and we understand how people act. We would get it. We would get it. We if we understand humans' behavior and we understand how human act, we would get it. We will understand that even when we see this with our own family. It's just like trying to get everybody in your family to come together. Everybody in your family don't want to be bothered with you. Everybody in your family don't get along with each other. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm quite sure you got it. I got it. You know, everybody else that's on here watching, they got it. They got
Hmm.
those issues. So, I mean, so that's not even the, that's out the question. You know what I'm saying? You can't get everybody on one accord. But do not limit your possibilities, is what I'm saying. Don't limit yourself. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to network. And my thing is, what I have a problem with is, the so-called black people here in America, they having an issue with black people wanting to go over there to the African countries and want to network and want to do business. You know what I'm saying? And then they asking question, well, why they ain't bringing this over here and that over here? But you don't say anything when black people go to European countries, network and want to build, and you don't ask, well, why those Europeans ain't giving us reparation because they played a part in slavery and they done made lucrative income. They done generate a lot of wealth. You're not asking them that question, but yes, that you just putting your emphasis on African nation, right? Not saying that don't hold them accountable, because you want to hold them accountable, but just know this: they didn't make no lucrative income off of slavery. Okay, and the main people that made most money off of slavery or benefited the most from slavery was the Europeans. But you not really questioning, oh, why black people go over there and do networking business over there in European countries, but you questioning, well, the moment there a black person say, hey, I want to go over here to Africa, I want to go to Ghana, I want to go to Liberia, I want to go to Sierra Leone, I want to go to Gambia, I want to go to um I want to go to the Ivory Coast. Now it's a problem. That that's the part
So
I don't get.
this is what you should do, right? Because this is like the most easiest way of doing things, right? To just keep yourself from getting, angry and riled up, right? What you should do is just link up with other people who think, the same way as you do, and y'all do y'all things. Like, if you see somebody who says they're ADOS, just be like, that's cool, but I got something going on over here.
And that's what
Like,
I do. That's the thing. I do separate myself from certain individuals. I try to link up with individuals, okay? That's what I was saying in my last video. My last video, I was saying that if you're going to be ADOS, do what you do. I don't go to anybody that's ADOS and say, oh, you shouldn't call yourself ADOS, this, that, and the other. But it seems like those individuals that are ADOS, FBA, you know what I'm saying, or anti-African, they seem to attack those of us that are into what you call Pan Africanism or Black nationalism or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. That's the problem right there. It's not so much of me versus them. You know what I'm saying? But it's them versus those who are not on their bandwagon.
yeah,
That's
just
yeah.
leave those people be. Don't even trip
I
or
mean,
trip
I'm
about
gonna
it.
leave them people to be, but I'm going to address certain things too that I notice. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I address this individual, because it's some things that I know. It's some patterns that I know. It's some walking line contradiction taking place. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't shit on anybody else, but you ain't no better than the people that you shitting on. And that's all I'm saying.
I mean, when you like, I mean, these types of discussions, you know, especially throughout certain movements, they've always generally, always came to pass. Like in Russia, right? Like I'm gonna give an example. You had like in Russia before the Russian Revolution kicked off, you had a whole lot of intellectual groups that came around, trying to talk about like what is the best course of action for the Russian, working class, up until Lenin and a few others came about and, sort of changed the game. So these types of intellectual discussions and battles have always been happening, you know.
Okay, I get that. I mean, I've been around long enough, so I know about intellectual battles and conversation. I get that. But what I've been around long enough, all right, to know these things. But my thing is, right, once I start reading in between the lines and start seeing exactly the true intention, then that's when it brought about a red flag with me. Cause it's like, okay, bruh. Now I started to really see what the hell going on. And it's not just with this one individual, it's with multiple individuals. So it's like, okay, what the hell is your true intention here? What is your true purpose here? Because there is a line that is drawn here, and you're showing that true color. That's what I noticed. So I'm pointing out the true color that I'm seeing. Now everybody else might not want to see that because they caught up on everything else, but I'm seeing the true color, and that's what the hell I'm pointing out. I'm pointing out that true color. I'm like, okay, look, are you really what you saying? Are you really on that shit, or are you just using this shit just so you can make yourself feel good and make yourself feel like you the smartest man in the room or you the smartest person in the room?
What it kind of seems like to me is that, like, you're hurt that you've had, like, so much respect for, Raborn, and he's now, growing, I guess, into like he's having I don't know, like an intellectual metamorphosis almost. And it's like you kind of don't know how to handle that. Like, you ever heard that expression, like, don't meet or talk to your heroes, essentially?
Don't what?
Like, there's a saying that says, don't actually meet your heroes because your hero could say something to you that could offend you and it could make you look at the person entirely different.
No, I never heard that. So let me say
Hmm.
this: I don't look at him as my hero.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that
Right.
you, you, you held a lot of the things that he says to very high regard,
I mean,
and it seems that you're very like kind of hurt by it in a
I'm
sense.
not hurt. I'm disappointed. I'm very
Yeah,
disappointed.
that's what I mean.
Right. I'm very disappointed because yes, I did have a lot of respect. I had a lot of respect for them. You know what I'm saying? And he started to be very egotistical, like, oh, we was the first one to talk about Pan-Africanism, this, thing, the other, whoopty, whoopty, whoop. There was plenty of people that was talking about Pan-Africanism way before you. Come on, cut it out. But anyways, um, my thing is I'm just very disappointed because I had so much, like you said, so much admiration for, people like him. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just the only one, people like him, people like Like I know very personally. I know personally. So
Yeah,
I've
we
been
talked
knowing
about.
for about 11 years. You know what I'm saying? And I was just disappointed in the things that was doing. You know what I'm saying? And I had, like I said, I had a lot of respect for Raborn. I have a lot of respect for True Story. But when I start seeing how Raborn going into direction, I'm like, well, damn. Like, well, this is fucked up. Where I wouldn't. But then at the same time, it's kind of expected because by him being in the nation of gods of earth, a lot of them are very anti-African. A lot of them are like that. So you know what I'm saying. So it's almost like it was expected, but I kind of just thought that he was above that level. I'm like, damn, like, well, damn, bruh. I respected what you was doing and I seen what you was doing, but it's like, damn, you really showing the whole you showing another side. Like, what's up? Like you
Yeah,
you threw me for a loophole. Like,
I
damn.
I
And that's
think
exactly what he did. He threw me for a loophole. Like, damn, like, what's up? Like, what's going on here? What got you? What's going on?
I think honestly, I think this should kind of be like a lesson that where you should probably always try to read and learn from for yourself essentially because
I do that. I
no,
do
no,
that.
no.
I
Hear me
do
out. Hear
read.
me out. Because
I do
I
that.
mean, the fact that you revere him to this level where it's like
I
kind of
mean,
hurting your feelings. It's kind of it's saying certain things to me at least. You know,
I'm not revealing him like he's some type of god or deity. Don't put it off like that. No, that's not that's not the way I'm revealing
you're
him.
holding you're holding like a lot of his sayings and quotes and
I
work
mean,
that he's
what
done
I'm
on
saying is
YouTube.
he presented a lot of great information on the videos on his channel. Is what I'm
Yeah,
saying. But
yeah,
I'm not
that's what I'm
putting him
saying.
down like I'm not putting him on the stairs like he's some type of deity or my god or anything like that. No, that's not what I'm doing. But all I'm saying is, you don't put out a lot of great information. You don't put out so much information that people can learn from, especially about African American history, which I admire a lot. But
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like I said, at the same time, it's just disappointing of what I'm seeing from him. That's all I'm
Well,
saying.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying? It's not like I'm putting him as a deity or putting him on a pedestal and making some type of God out of him. No, I'm not making no God out of him. I'm not worshiping him.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying that you hold a lot of what he's done in the past and even in the present to very high regard. Like, let me give an example with myself. Right, I am one of the two students from of a very prestigious teacher of Black history in the UK. Right, I don't want to say his name, but he wrote a very famous book, a
Mm-hmm.
book on African history. It's about like 845 pages. I don't agree with everything my mentor says, you know, but it's like I wouldn't, even though like I know him personally, like I wouldn't, if he did like a full 380, I'm be like, well, I'm gonna quote you with one of my other mentors, like, sometimes, how like sometimes how you end, you know, is probably, how you always were in a sense. So I mean, I think growth is important. Well, like certain times, like people will go through like, you know, complete, growths or whatever to change, their perspectives on certain things. So it's not really. I mean, we're all human essentially, you know. So do you get what I'm saying? Almost. I'm trying. I'm like my words are kind of juggling together, but do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. And I'm not saying that I agree with everything that Raborn has said. Like, there were certain things that I disagree with, but a lot of the stuff he put out there, I had totally agreed with him on because I was on that path already. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw that he was making videos about, or what it wasn't just him, you know what I'm saying? It was him, Brother True Story, and Snell, all and the other guys that was on there, and then they had a sister on there. I don't know if she's still around. But when I seen these videos, I'm like, damn, this is great. Like, wow, this is great. It's great to actually see somebody in the conscious community putting out videos about African American history. And you know what I'm saying, and going in more depth by African people. Like, I didn't know a lot about the African history in New York. I didn't know about that. You know what I'm saying? So they start putting out more videos about it. I said, well, dang. Because when it came about slavery, when you hear about slavery, you hear more about the people in the South. You know what I'm saying? You hear more about the people in the South. So I'm like, okay. When they started talking about the slavery in New York, I was like, well, damn, that's something I did not know. You know what I mean?
I
So,
mean,
and even with that, he had given me some reading materials. So it was like some things that just kind of just opened my eyes up. Like, damn, wow, I did not even know this. You know what I mean? But like I said, but like you said, yeah, I am disappointed. I'm disappointed, like because I had a lot more respect for him. You know what I mean? So, but just to see where it's going, it just made me feel some kind of way. Like, damn. Cause like I wanted to actually get a chance to meet Raborn and True Story. You know what I'm saying? To have a one-on-one conversation with them in person. You know, like I wanted to plan a trip to go to New York one day and just sit down and talk to those two guys, you know, and just have a bill with them. But just to see how things is going, especially on Raborn end, like I don't have a problem with True Story. You know, I don't have an issue with True Story. Okay. And he was just on here where he was just in the comment section, and I guess he was kind of defending it, being sarcastic and stuff like that. So I guess he, taking up for Robon because that's his homie, and I ain't mad at him. You know what I'm saying? He was around Robon every day, consistently 24/7. He knows him, cool. But just to see where Rob is at, I'm like, well, damn, I don't even know. I don't know if I want to deal with this guy because it seemed like me and him was gonna have some serious conflict and issues, and that's
So
exactly what it turned into
let
because
me.
of yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm sorry.
yeah. That's all I gotta say. But go ahead.
So let me pose this particular question to you. Can I pose this question to you?
Where is it?
Okay, you follow me on Facebook, right?
Yeah,
So some of the things that I say, me and you don't agree on certain things concerning African history, right?
right.
So would you throw me under the bus for 'cause, I mean we don't got to go over what I said, but would you throw me under the well
It
not throw
depends on
me
what you say. It depends on what you say. It depends on what it is. It has to depends on what it is. You know what I'm saying? It had to depend. Or if I'm starting to see some sign about you that don't sit well with me, you know what I'm saying? If I see some red flags, then yeah, I'm gonna throw you under the bus because I'm starting to see red flags. You
okay
know what I'm saying? But
let,
but if I don't see any red flags, then no, I don't have a reason. But if I see some red flags in certain things that you saying and it's starting to like rub me off the wrong way or just make me think something otherwise, then yeah, I'm gonna throw you on the bus.
let me ask you another question.
Go ahead.
Do you think that there's a point where okay, we don't necessarily have to agree on this, but let's look at the bigger goal? Because I don't agree with everything that Raborn and True Story be
Okay,
talking
listen,
about.
listen to
Hold
what I'm
up, hold up,
saying.
hold up, hold up, hold up.
Hold on, let me clarify. Let me clarify myself. Okay,
Let me finish. Let me finish
go
first.
ahead.
So I don't agree, with everything that True Story be saying, sometimes. But like, I'm still able to know that they, even though they consider themselves, Black American, which is fine.
Yeah,
I can still learn from them. They're not completely like, a danger. It's just that I think sometimes we have to get rid of the so-called the intellectual banter. Like we might have to just be like, okay, you consider yourself a Black American, I'm a Pan Africanist, but I can still we can still learn from the pro Black person. They're a tool, in a sense. you know like you don't have to agree with everything. You don't have to really agree with everything. They can still be used as a the information is still valuable, if you get what I'm saying.
I I've been okay. Before you got on here, right? I said this to the listening audience. I said, if you guys still want to go and listen to their channels and watch what they talk about, go ahead, by all means. I said that. I said that. You know what I'm saying? Their channel, their information is still valuable on their channel. They put out valuable sources. I said that. Okay? I clearly said that. They do put out great information on that channel. And if people want to go on there and build with them and deal with them, cool, by all means. But at the same time, once I see red flags, it's gonna be hard for me to fully trust you after a while. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take a lot because I've been in this for a long time. All right, so it's been so much that's been going on. I've been in this on and off pretty much. So it's been so much going on to where I got to a point where okay, I done seen enough. And that's enough for me to make my final analysis here. All right. So once I saw what I saw with Raborn, right? That pretty much kind of just proved my point. Like, okay, yeah, exactly. This is what I see. Once I saw what I saw with Brother Unc, and like I told you, I know Brother Unc personally. Okay, I know him personally. And once I saw with what I saw with Brother Reggie, right? That's the point. That was enough for me to say, well, yeah, okay, yeah. These individuals here is not what exactly that I thought they were. All right. So I'm not taking away from the lessons. I'm not taking away from the information they have put out. The information is going to be great. You know what I'm saying? It's great information. If people want to learn for themselves, I would recommend that. I would recommend you go look at Pseudo Killer's channel. If you want to go and learn something from Pseudo Killer, I would recommend people learn from each one, teach one. I would recommend people go to Team Osiris if they want to learn from Team Osiris. Even though I don't deal with the members from Team Osiris, it's just certain ones that I deal with. But I recommend people go to Team Osiris. I'm not mad at them. If that's what you want to do, they got great information. I'm not going to deny that. But I see red flags. Okay, once I start to see red flags, it's like, okay, it's got to be called out. That something got to be pointed out in this equation. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a problem in the equation that needs to be pointed out. You know what I'm saying? So it's not to ever take away from the information that has been presented. It's not to ever say they don't put out good content. But the question becomes, what the hell is your true intention after all? And I think that you're not really understanding my point. You know what I'm saying? Or again, what exactly where I'm coming from with this. Okay?
I mean, I get what you're saying.
Right. Okay.
I
So
get what
I
you're saying.
like you know what I'm saying? I'm not just a newbie. It's not like I woke up one morning and started dealing with these people or
Tiffany,
dealing with the
I'm not
information.
even. I
I've
didn't
been
say. I
hold on.
didn't
I've been
say
in this
that.
on hold on. I've been in this on and off. All right. So and I've seen and I have heard and I have noticed patterns. Okay. And then when I saw this pattern, this was enough for me to say this is a red flag. Okay.
I mean, I've never said that you were some sort of a newbie or anything.
Right, but I'm just putting it out there. I'm just letting you know that I'm not just somebody that just came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And just got into this. This is something that's been going on. I've been in this on and off for a good 12 to 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even before I even met people on social media, I've met people in real life. You know what I'm saying? That I have respected. That I had good relationship with. And but then, you know, when I started seeing some things and hearing about things that was going on in real life, it kind of just made me kind of separate myself. Now, that does not mean that I don't appreciate the things that I have learned. It does not mean that I don't appreciate the things that have been taught to me. You know what I'm saying? Because those things were stepping stones to get me where I'm at today. But what I don't appreciate is the things that I'm seeing. What I don't appreciate is the red flags. That's what I don't appreciate.
Hmm. I hear you.
Okay. All right.
But could
Yeah.
could it also be that some people are just destined to just teach essentially?
I mean, I don't. That's the question. That's the question. Is your intention is to teach, or is it to just okay? Is it intellectual combat or intellectual application? That's the question. Intellectual combat or intellectual application?
Well, I
Because
mean
if
that
it's
is
intellectual combat, then that means hold on. If it's intellectual combat, that means you're looking to have a victory. And I've been seeing a lot of that. People are looking to have a victory over people as opposed of intellectual application, which brings about the wisdom. You know, instead of just bringing wisdom to inspire others to become better and be greater, it's about intellectual combat. It's about, oh, I know more than this person. I'm smarter than this person. Whoopty whoopty whoop. And it's about just having victory and about making oneself feel good. That's what I'm seeing.
I mean, well, I would say you have to look at it like this, right?
But that's the way I look at it. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, I I hear you 100%. But
Okay.
since we're dealing with YouTube, social media, right? I think Art coined this term that was very funny to me, but it told the truth, right? He said something like, "This is edutainment," essentially. You're getting educated, but at the same time, it's entertaining. And tell you the truth, these debates, are very entertaining because you'll see somebody get cussed out, like you
I
know.
mean, it could be in a. It's nothing wrong with having the entertainment aspect of it. I don't think you fully understand what I'm saying. It's nothing wrong with finding some things entertaining, but the question becomes, what is your true intention? Is it just to intellectually combat people, or is it to bring intellectual application? And what I'm telling you is what I'm saying is intellectual combat as opposed of intellectual application.
I mean, but still, this is social media, so I think
It goes beyond social media. I'm telling you from what I know. You know what I'm saying? This ain't just social media thing. I done dealt with this in real life too.
hmm
Okay?
I hear you.
Yeah. I've been in cyphers. I've been in circles before. Okay? I done had bills before. Before I even, done them on social media, I done had bills. I used to be in the streets interacting with people,
hmm
having, just building on knowledge.
I hear
All
you.
right. Okay. So
But I'm still saying that this is
yeah, it's
YouTube.
just social
Like,
media, but it can turn into something. Okay, but I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. I get what you're
it.
saying.
I
I get what
mean, you,
you're saying.
you have to have like an entertainment aspect
I
to
did not
like.
say that you don't have the entertainment
I'm,
aspect
I'm,
to it. I did not say that. I did not say that. It's okay to entertain people. I did not say that. And I keep saying it over and over again. I did not say don't have no entertainment aspect because education should be fun. I'm all for that. But the question is, what is your intentional purpose? And that's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at whether it's entertaining or not. I'm looking at what is your intentional purpose. That's what I keep saying. So nobody's taking away that. Okay. Nobody's saying you can't have no entertainment in education. Because even in school, sometimes the teachers entertains you. All right. So certain teachers know how to communicate with students and they know how to make education fun and entertaining to students just by being able to find a way to relate to them as opposed to just sitting up there using monotone and uh writing stuff on the board and saying this is the assignment that you gotta do whoop de whoop. They have them work in groups, right? Or they might, say little things that might be funny to the kids, right? To use like layman terms where children can be able to understand, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that.
okay,
There's
I
nothing
hear you.
wrong with that. Yeah,
Would you?
I say there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah,
I
so
mean,
yeah,
I get what you're saying with the intention part, but
yeah,
you know, it,
yeah.
I'm just saying that you just did. I mean, we just. I hear exactly what you say. Like you want to know, these people's intentions, but it's kind of going to be hard to kind of do that when it's like you're dealing with a social media platform in a sense, because it's just you know I don't expect people to do like mission statements or something on like what their
No, you
intentions
ain't gotta do
are.
no mission statement, but
Just the goal of what you're trying to do with your channel. Some
right.
people have a
So because
certain
it seemed
niche.
like because it is like it's right there. You can say one thing, but if you showing something totally opposite of that, then it's revealing in itself. And that's what I see. It's revealing in itself. Even when you say, well, like I said about Raborn being anti-African, that's revealing in itself. I'm not just saying it just to be saying it. I'm actually seeing it. I'm actually seeing it from the conversation that I had with him. You know what I'm saying? I done seen it from the post. I done heard it from him from what he was saying to individuals. And that's what I perceived out of this. You're anti-African. Okay, you're anti-African. You've been there for a while. But it was just slowly coming to the light. That's what you are.
Hmm.
So, but if you think that I'm wrong, okay, I'll be wrong in your eyes. If you think I'm wrong and you feel like I'm overdoing it or overlooking things, then I'll be that in your eyes. But
I mean,
that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
not even saying,
No,
I'm
no,
not
no, no,
even
no.
saying
I'm
that.
just saying that. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you saying it per se, but I'm just putting it out there. If you feel like it, if you feel like if I'm overdoing it, or
Oh,
if I'm wrong, then I'll be wrong in your eye. But that's just the way I'm seeing it.
yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I hear your frustration 100%. You took this man's, words in high regard, and it's like he's done a whole, 360 to where it's like, you can't really, you're trying to grapple with the 360 change.
I took his words, or did I take the information that he put out there?
Well, I mean,
There's
like
a
words,
difference.
information, it's the same.
There's a difference because he was putting out information,
Yeah,
not
word,
words, but information.
quotes, word, it's the same.
Yeah, but you acting like I'm taking what he said verbatim, as opposed to what the information he put out there.
No, but I'm just saying, like, you're just like, oh, he used to be, a Pan Africanist. Now he's like, I'm starting to
I didn't
see the.
say. Okay, well, I'm saying that I didn't say he was a Pan Africanist. Okay, but I'm saying you. What I'm saying is, oh, I had a lot of respect for him. I never said Raborn was a Pan Africanist. I don't know if Raborn is a Pan Africanist. I never said that. I never said that out of my mouth. Okay. But what I'm saying is he done put out great information about African and African American history. And he using that, but now it's like he's shitting on people that are Pan Africanists. And I thought that he had an understanding of what people that are Pan Africanists or or into the Pan African ideology and their purpose. But it seemed like he don't. It seemed like he just trying to throw everybody, that's into Pan African ideology under the bus and throwing them in the same category, throwing them in the set pool, the cesspool like everybody else. So that's where I'm coming at with. I didn't say he was a Pan Africanist. I never said that.
Hear me?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, because I tried to put my headphones in, and then for some reason I was saying something.
Okay.
But yeah, I hear what you're saying with your frustration. I think it's important to see different, like, certain things like this come to light. Essentially, like it's. I think it's very important just to
Mhm.
see where people's standing is at on a lot of issues. Because you vote, especially amongst African Americans, I think that's really important that we
Right.
find out where
But here's
people
the
stand.
thing. Okay. And you correct. But here's the thing. Even when he was on that post with the brother, right? And he was asking the brother questions, right? And the brother was giving him answers. But he didn't like the answers that the brother was giving him. And I'm like, well, damn, how much more you want to get? You act like this is something that you can just do overnight. You know what I'm saying? Or something that should be done overnight. No, it's not that. You're going to have to network. So, like, he believes, like, okay, like he was saying something like that's not Pan Africanism, that's business. So you think that Pan Africanism is not consistent of doing business?
Hmm.
I mean, you think that people are not going to do business under the concept of Pan Africanism? That's part of networking. Even if you have a political movement, You still have a business, right? Because
Right.
you using networking, but yeah, but anyways, I appreciate you coming on here, giving your thoughts, and I'm glad that you were able to, put some inputs on that. I value your opinion. Don't get me wrong, I do value your opinion and I value your point of view. Um, so I hope you understand where I'm coming from, and I understand where you coming from, and I respect where you coming from. All right,
Yeah. And I'm making a joke when I say this too.
go
Just as
ahead.
long as you don't make no Facebook post about me, I'm okay.
Just as long as you don't bring no red flags around with, if you bring some red flags, you best believe I'm gonna make a post about you. If
Oh
I see
Lord.
if I see some red flags, if I see red flags that don't sit well with me, you gonna get the smoke.
Oh man, so you already got the scope. Oh Lord.
Right. If there is red flags, but I have not seen any red flags as of yet.
Okay, I'm just trying to see because I don't want to wake up next morning. Here we go.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, Tiffany. I appreciate you letting me on.
All right. All right.
Peace in the Middle East.
Peace. All right. If there anybody else want to come on here, brother Griot, do you want to come on here? What's up, brother? How you doing? If you want to come on here, let's go. But yeah, let me read the rest of the comments. Hold on, give me a moment. All right, what's up, y'all? So I'm back. Um, so yeah, let me go ahead and go back and read what I couldn't see on here on StreamYard. So I'm gonna read them here on YouTube. So the as I was saying, so the brother put down black attack each other the worst globally. And I have to give it to him. That's true. We do attack each other globally all the time. We do that. All right. Also, my brother here said it ain't just in America. Niggas hate each other in Black Africa. That's true. You know what I'm saying? That's true. That is true. Not only there's hate in America, but also hate in Africa as well. You know what I'm saying? But he has a point. We do attack each other globally. We do. And that's sad. And that's the xenophobic attitude. But when you have organizations or, groups that come in and create more division, and people try to interfere and trying to look down on those who want to network, that creates more problem. So now it hinders what we trying to do here as Black people here in America. It hinders us. It hinders our opportunity because we trying to create division. We already see the bullshit about hip hop. Oh, who started hip hop? Who started hip hop? Who started hip hop? Did the Jamaicans start hip hop? Did the Caribbean start hip hop? Did the Latino start hip hop? Did Black Americans start hip hop? Did African people start hip hop? And one thing I could say, shout out to brother Asar M Hotel. If I don't agree with Asar M Hotel about anything, I'll agree with him on this one. He said the originality of hip hop can go back to the South. And the reason why he said that the South is the originator of what we know as hip hop because of the sounds that came up out the South, the folk music that came up out of the South, and that can be traced back to the African centeredness. So you will find a lot of African cultural practice here in the South than you would do up there in the North. So just to summarize what he's saying, and I agree with him. I didn't think about it. I at first I was like, well, where is he talking about? Then I thought about it. I said, okay, it made sense now. It makes exactly sense of what he's saying. But it all goes back to the origination of our African ancestors and their practices. Okay. So it's like when hip hop goes back to Africa, it's like the African sound has went back home, but it has been added with some new flavor. That's all it is. So it's like the African sounds went back to its originality, but it's just new flavor added on to it. That's all it is. So it just went back home with a whole different style. That's it. With a whole different style. But that should not even make us be so much more divided. We should not be so divided amongst each other. It's bad enough that we got so much issue going on here in this country. And we allow so many things to divide us. Okay, so true story and put up a comment. Did this? I keep saying the elephant in the room is Negroes don't want to discuss Pan-Africanism between cotton pockets and Caribbeans. Unpack that before you open the whole can of worms. Or what cotton pickings and Caribbeans. Unpack that before you open up the whole can of worms. Let me tell you something. It's not that people don't want to talk about. Okay, let's see. We got Wisdom Brown in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up, Peace? What's going on, sister?
Peace. What's going on? I just wanted to say, like, you're talking about my husband, and you're putting masturbation in your title,
Yes.
and
And so,
that's
who is
not
your husband? First and
that's
foremost, before I
that's
continue,
not.
hold on. Who
We're
is your?
not gonna be disrespectful, is
Hold
what
on.
I'm
Who is your
saying to you.
husband? Who is your husband?
The man that you have in your title,
Okay,
Raborn.
then. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, and I don't appreciate you associating his name with masturbation.
I
Do you
mean, that's how
understand?
it is. It's a red flag. I explained why I put that on there,
He's not a
sister.
red flag. He's
Well, he
read
is
way
a red
more.
flag to me.
Excuse me, ma'am. He's read way more books than you.
I don't give a shit.
You're not even on any
I don't
type
give a
of
fuck.
level,
You tell me
ma'am.
I don't give a fuck how
Excuse
many
me,
books this
ma'am.
man done read. I don't give a
Excuse me,
fuck.
ma'am. You're not on any type of level to even
I don't
debate
give a
my
fuck about
husband.
that. You tell me this shit. That don't
Do
mean
not
nothing.
put my husband
Man,
in
fuck
your
you and your
video
husband. Fuck you and your husband.
associating
Fuck you and your
with
husband. What's up?
masturbation.
Hey, he is an intellectual masturbator.
Respectfully.
I don't give a fuck.
Respectfully. Because you
Okay,
don't
fuck
want
you and
any
your husband.
problems, ma'am. You
Fuck
don't
you and
want
your
any
husband. I don't give a
problems.
fuck how many books he read. I
Do
don't give a
not
fuck how many
put
books he
my
read.
husband on your life.
I don't give a fuck. Well, tell your husband come over here then.
Listen,
Tell your husband he can't be talking to
weird.
people any kind of way then. Maybe I won't put him on the
Weird.
live.
Lady,
He
you're
came at
weird.
me in Clubhouse.
You're weird. And
I
you
don't give
need
a
to be
fuck. Fuck
very
you. Fuck you,
careful
husband.
about who
Fuck
you're
you.
tagging in your videos, because these
Fuck
men have
you.
wives. They have wives. So you have to be careful when you're tagging these
Okay, then
men
what's up? What you want to do? What's
talking
up? You want
about
my address? You
masturbation.
want my address?
Let's stick to the information, okay?
We can stick to the information, bro.
You
But
don't read enough books to stick to this
man,
information.
how you gonna motherfucking
You
tell me
don't
what the
read
fuck I
enough
ain't ready? Who the
books,
fuck you think you is,
babe.
motherfucker?
You don't read
Motherfucker, who
enough
you think you
books.
is, motherfucker?
So
How the fuck you
delete
gonna
the
tell me what the
live,
fuck I read? You don't even know
delete
who the
this
fuck I am,
live,
homie. You don't know
and
who the
don't
fuck I am, homie.
mention my husband's name again, because you don't want to see my face. You don't want to see my face.
Hold on, you got me fucked up, player. Hold on, player.
Look,
You got me fucked up. First of all, you don't know who the fuck I am, nigga. You don't know who the fuck I am, homegirl. Who the fuck you think you is?
you got me
You
so
don't know who the fuck I am. You
excuse
to tell me
me,
what the
man.
fuck I don't read? Who the fuck you think you is, partner?
Stop muting me. Stop.
Nah, I can mute you, motherfucker.
You
I can
got
mute you, motherfucker. Who the fuck you think you is?
I'm his fucking wife. That's
I
who
don't
I
give a fuck
am.
about you being his motherfucking wife.
Okay. And I don't give a fuck about you. I'll drag
And
you.
then get the fuck on, then, motherfucker. Get the
Don't
fuck on.
fucking mention
Get
my
the fuck
husband
on.
again.
Get the fuck on.
Did
Get
you
the fuck
learn?
on.
Did you
Get the
learn
fuck on.
something today?
What's up? What you
I
gonna
hope you learned something today.
do? What
Did
you
you?
gonna do? What's up? What's up? What you gonna do? What's up?
Okay.
What's
Don't
up?
fucking mention my husband again. You don't want to see my face, okay?
Man, come on with it then, partner. Come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it. You talking real talk. What's up? Man, fuck that bitch. Tell my son, if I fuck with her husband again, I don't want to see. Man, fuck you and your husband. Fuck y'all. Bitch. Who the fuck you think you is, bruh? What's up? Fuck you and your husband. Fuck you and that nigga. So if y'all want to come and see me, reach out to me. Fuck you and your husband. Fuck you and your husband. The fuck you think you is? Tell my son, that's my fucking husband, this, that, and other. Man, fuck you and your husband. If your husband is being anti-African, then that's what the fuck he is, anti-African. He's an intellectual masturbator. What the fuck you think this is? And you ain't saying that when that nigga came at me in Clubhouse. That nigga came at me in Clubhouse. That nigga came at me in Clubhouse yelling at me and shit when I was trying to talk. But you want to come in here and talk about this nigga, your husband. Man, fuck you and him. How about that? Man, fuck that shit. I ain't nobody scared. Hold on, let me see. Somebody say she's Spanish and can't speak English. I don't give a fuck what the fuck she is. I don't give a fuck what she is. If she want that smoke, what's up? Man, fuck you and your goddamn bitch ass husband. How about that? Fuck that nigga. If that's what the fuck he is, anti-African, that's what the fuck he is. If he is an intellectual masturbator, then that's what the fuck he is. I ain't make no threat to your husband. I explain my position. But if you want to come and see me face to face, what's up? Man, ain't nobody studying your motherfucking ass. Fuck you and your goddamn husband, bitch. Man, fuck you and your punk ass husband. How about that? Talking all that shit, man. Fuck you and your husband, bro. Fuck that nigga. Yeah, nigga went and got his goddamn wife or whatever. That nigga went and got his motherfucking wife because I said that he anti-African and he an intellectual masturbator. So you went and got your wife, nigga. That's how you roll, nigga. So you gonna go get your wife, nigga? Fuck you, Raborn. You a bitch ass nigga. You done got your wife on me because I said you an anti-African intellectual masturbator. Fuck you and your wife, nigga. Fuck y'all. Fuck your bitch. Fuck you, nigga. Now, how about that? Now I'm being straight up. Fuck y'all niggas. You gonna get some punk ass bitch who can barely speak English to come at me. What the fuck you think this is, nigga? Now you want to go get your bitch? You want to get your bitch, nigga? Man, fuck you. Fuck you and your wife, nigga. Fuck you and your wife, nigga. Cause you mad cause I say you anti-African, bitch? You mad cause I say you an intellectual masturbator, motherfucker? I came over here to vent it out. Because I ain't want to say too much over there in Clubhouse. I ain't want to disrespect that brother who's putting it out there. And I'm explain my position why I say you're an intellectual masturbator, nigga. Nigga, that's a lot of red flags with your ass, nigga. But you want to bring your bitch on here, nigga. You a bitch made nigga. How about that? Now, I definitely lost respect for your pussy ass, nigga. You a pussy ass nigga. You a fuck nigga, boy. You a fuck nigga. You a lame ass nigga for that, boy. Nigga, I ain't even said too much bad shit about your ass. I was antagonizing the shit that you was talking about, nigga. But you want to send your bitch after me? You want to send your bitch? You, boy, hold on. Niggas don't know who the fuck I am. Hold on. Okay, you want to send that bitch after me? You want to send a bitch after me? You want to send a bitch after me? That's what you want to do, nigga? That's what you want to do, pussy? Nah, you don't want that smoke with me, nigga. I carry one of these, nigga. Don't play with me. I don't know who that motherfucker is. Don't play with me. She don't want that smoke with me, nigga. She don't want that smoke with me, nigga. You better be careful who the fuck you trying to send after me, nigga. I'm a whole different person outside of this motherfucker. Bitch made, nigga. That's that New York shit. I said it. On some bitch made shit, nigga. You heard cause I say you anti-African. Fuck you, nigga. You heard cause I say you an intellectual masturbator. Bitch, fuck you. Ain't nobody motherfucking scared, nigga. You gonna send some bitch after me? Talking about some, he read more books. I don't give a fuck how many books that nigga done read. He read more books than you. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a flying fuck how many books that nigga done read. Man, fuck you and your husband, ho. Fuck you and your husband, ho. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how many books he done read. That nigga, that don't mean shit. Fuck you and that nigga. Stop playing with me. Punk ass. And so what? And so what? What's up? And so what? Man, punk ass bitch. Man, shut the fuck up, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. I don't give a fuck about your goddamn husband. Cause I say he anti-African. That's what the fuck he is. He's an intellectual masturbator. That's what the fuck he is. You mad cause I said that shit? Talking about he read all them books. A motherfucker, let me say this, and I ain't even gonna respond to that bitch's comment, but let me say this. You can read so many goddamn books in the world. Man, what's up? What's up? What you gonna do? What's up? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What's up? You can read books in the world. You can read books in the world, man. And that don't mean you the smartest motherfucker on the planet. That don't mean you the most intellectual person on the planet. Because you read a lot of books. Because you read a lot of books. That don't mean shit. Do you know that there's still a lot of things we don't know? So reading a lot of books don't mean shit. That don't mean you the smartest motherfucker on the planet. Fuck out of here with that shit, man. Fuck out of here with that shit, man. I ain't studying that bullshit, bro. I ain't studying that bullshit. See, this went from a conversation that I had, right? And then everything done went smooth. And then this motherfucker came on here and started talking shit about her husband to me. Man, fuck out of here with that. Fuck out of here with that lame ass shit, bro. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. You gonna send one of your nation gods and earth groupie after me, man? Fuck out of here, boy. Fuck out of here, nigga. You gonna send a nation gods and earth groupie after me? Man, fuck you, nigga, boy. Boy, man, fuck him. Fuck you and him both. Y'all can suck two fat dicks, my nigga. Fuck him. Fuck you and him both. Go suck two fat dicks. Fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here. You can tell him that he can go suck two fat dicks. I said that shit. How about that? Since he wanna do some lame shit like that, fuck you and him both. Fuck both of y'all motherfuckers. But anyways, with that being said, yo, I said what the fuck I need to say on here. Cause I'm not gonna stay on here too long because I'm already up to here now. I'm way up to here. You know what I'm saying? And I done got my blood pressure up. I done got my blood pressure up going off on this bitch coming from me the wrong way. Man, fuck you, hoe. Talking about be a lady move on. Fuck you, hoe. Who the fuck you is, hoe? Bitch, you ain't my mama. Fuck you. Fuck you, hoe. Go suck that nigga's dick. Go suck his dick, hoe. Why the fuck you fucking with me? Go suck that nigga's dick. Anyways, but I said what the fuck I need to say, man. You know what I'm saying? If I keep going on like this, my blood pressure gonna end up going high. Cause man, that shit just caught me off guard, my nigga. That shit just caught me off guard, though. But anyways, like I said, fuck that bitch asshole. Fuck that nigga now. Cause now it done got real disrespectful. Cause you sent some bitch after me. But it's all good though. You send a bitch after me, okay? That's what's up. But anyways, fuck that nigga. Fuck his bitch. And I said what the fuck I need to say. Y'all have a good one. Y'all be safe. Peace and power elevation be to all of you. Man, fuck these bitch ass nigga. Fuck these lame ass hoes out here. They ain't about shit. Y'all have a good one, man. Straight like that. And thank y'all for tuning in. Deuces. All right. This your girl Tiffany and I'm out.